Hello tribe, welcome back to my channel. So there is another 7th 10-day prediction right in front of you, and today we are choosing from candles. I don't know why I thought of it. I just thought it's gonna be fun, as you guys don't get a lot of options to choose from when it comes to objects from me. So I'm about to switch it up today. Take a look at the candles, maybe texture, the shape, the color, what vibes with you the most right now. Maybe don't pay attention to what color is your favorite. Kind of see which one speaks to you the most at this current moment whenever you're watching this video. So pile number 1 is on your left, pile number 4 is on your right. I'll catch you in timestamps. Hey tribe, whoever has chosen pile number 1, let's see what we have for you. I'm just shuffling decks. We will be, I think, mixing and matching today. We'll see what my energy wants to pick up, which decks. But I want this reading to be diverse. Okay, I'm seeing 3 branches. I don't know why it's popping in my head. And that's relating to forest. Maybe some of you are seeking for peace in nature, or specifically there is a connection with a tree. For all of you it might be different, obviously. Maybe a tree you saw, it was special. Maybe those branches represent something to you or to a person that you cherish. But overall, trees have very intense energy. I'd say look up the tree that you want to maybe even hug. What is the spiritual symbolism or energy? What kind of energy this tree holds? What kind of quality it has? Let's pull one more card from Rebecca Campbell. We'll see what kind of energies you can expect in the next 7 to 10 days from now. I hope you have time. I'm sorry I'm shuffling on camera because I just like you to be a part of it lately. Okay. And let's pull from Triple Goddess, guys. So let's see, what can you expect the next 7 to 10 days to look like? One card. Overall energy, please. Overall energy. That one. We have death. Massive transformations happening. I know of it. I think it started maybe in the middle of November. We're all in different time frames. That I've started noticing people making certain decisions in life. Yeah, look, seeking for authenticity. So don't be surprised if things that will not be authentic to you will start to fall away. You might notice people who are talking about authenticity more, who might be changing the way they look, the way they speak, almost like coming back to basics, coming back to who they are in the core, but maybe some of them were put in like some kind of a shell, I'm seeing, or a mask, but not in a bad way, you know. Maybe society or surroundings have made them too. Okay, let's see. What is up? What is up? We'll pull only that many, and let's see. We're gonna start with the oracle cards. So take a look at your overall energies next 7 to 10 days from now. I like this for you. We have lost lands, as well as Mintakan, longing for home, belonging the original light workers, as well as soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Now, there is some kind of ancient memory that will be coming through. Maybe the way you were before and the way you're gonna start seeing things in the future. You may be uncovering some kind of a talent or a gift that you had with you all along, and your soul is remembering that. So you might have urges to do certain things that maybe you haven't tried, or to almost like challenge yourself. I'd say pay attention to your dreams throughout next 7 to 10 days from now. You will be shown things. You will be shown things in dreams. Remember, whatever it is that you might be deciding to jump into or encounter right now is a transitional period. I'm feeling that full reverse for majority of you. You are about to take some kind of a leap. Sorry, it came out this way. You're about to take some kind of a leap, but it's almost like you're preparing for the death of an ego. The death of yourself is still happening. And I'm not talking about the actual death, right? Did I mention the mask? That's what we're seeing over here. And I talked about authenticity, right? So that's exactly what we're being shown. You're almost like ready, about to be ready to jump into new venture, new self. I'd say don't be surprised if you're gonna start noticing things that you haven't noticed before, or suddenly what used to work for you, it doesn't anymore. Almost like a new chapter is opening for you, energetically, spiritually. Maybe for some of you, finding your life path or some kind of a talent. I keep hearing hidden talent. Let's see what would help you in the next 7 to 10 days from now, or what you could take interest in. We have travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. If you want to make some kind of travel plans, if you want to start planning how, let's say, the next month is going to look like, or whenever you can travel, right? It's saying maybe it's good for you to write things down. For some of you, you might hear even certain places, you know, pop up in your headspace. It's saying write it down. This might have a connection with some kind of landscape. I'm hearing, I don't know why landscape, or some kind of a place that tends to hold a lot of wisdom that you will be uncovering. So just note it down, even if you can't travel now. If you can, I'd say this is a good indication that that trip will go really well for you. Okay, now when it comes to books, this is time for you to take interest and dive deeper into knowledge. You may be the one who's writing a book. It's saying the next 7 to 10 days from now, if you are writing a book or writing something, whatever it would be, it's going to be quite a creative time for you, and you'll probably do really well, and maybe even more. You'll do more than you used to before. Almost like this new breath of fresh air will come in like a wave of creativity, and you will want to put everything down on paper. It doesn't only have to be books. These can be notepads. Keep it next to yourself. It's gonna be almost like your guide. You will be able to refer to it back. Whatever has happened in the past, you may be able to see those coincidences when it comes to numerology. What has happened last March, what has happened this March, right? Or what has happened last November, December, what has happened this. So it becomes a beautiful story of your life. And this should be a note for myself too. I've stopped doing that for a while, but when I look back, let's say 2 years from now, what I would quickly write down, even on my phone, I was mesmerized. Everything that I felt was gonna happen, it did happen. And it just becomes like a beautiful way of seeing your life, almost like a movie unfolding, you know? You make a wish, or you feel like something is about to take place, you write it down and then check it the next year, half year from then, right? What has actually happened? So you can also help yourself when it comes to, I call it tracking your intuition and seeing how that works, how your gut is communicating with you, as well as your guides, or maybe even your ancestors, whichever energy feels closest to you. All right, let's see what else we got here for you. We have, look, what a big change is happening spiritually. I'd say take time, be patient with yourself, be patient with yourself throughout that time. The next 7 to 10 days from now, you might be drawn to being more indoors, or to take care of your home environment. There might be a celebration coming up. Happy birthday, happy engagement for those who are celebrating, or any other achievement really. Congrats. The next 7 to 10 days from now, you're being asked to be curious, because you may discover something that is going to be very close to your heart, and you'll be like, damn, you know, through soul searching, through changes, through transformation, I was able to discover something about myself that I haven't seen before. And it's going to feel very light, emotionally fulfilling, almost like You know, my visions are strange. I'm just gonna talk to you about that. I see a ground, soil, right? It's not very covered in grass, maybe in patches, but mostly I see dirt. But a very good place for plants to grow. It almost like seems very nurturing. I can almost smell it. But what I'm seeing in between all that dirt, right? I'm seeing a little shine, and that's what I'm seeing you. Your hand, you take with your fingers. You try to search what it is that is shining in that soil, and you start pulling out. You only see a tip of it at first. You start pulling out a beautiful golden piece of jewelry, and you're like, whoa, you know, all I had to do is to kind of sit down with myself, and instead of thinking about all these things, I just had to look around in order to find something precious. If I was too busy in my headspace, or if I was too pushy, too much of a perfectionist, I wouldn't even have noticed that shine that was talking to me. You know what I mean? So I like to take you on my vision journeys sometimes, but that's exactly the representation of what I'm seeing, guys, happening here the next 7 to 10 days from now. What can you tell us about people who have chosen group number 1, their career work situation the next 7 to 10 days from now? Career and work situations 7 to 10 days from now. Okay, you have the 8 of Pentacles. Tarot knows what we're talking about. Okay, career and work situation. Be patient with yourself. Now is the time to work smarter, not harder. In that way, you're gonna be able to recognize that doesn't matter, you know, in what kind of job you are, self-discipline and taking breaks have a really big impact. So I'm gonna share with you a little bit. So I used to work in a job that I didn't like. It was nothing to do with that job in particular. I liked the way that job was, but I just didn't like the 9 to 5 and sitting in the office. So any job really of that sort would have been like a prison for me. But when I switched and I started doing this job full time and have my official business now, right, which made me really, really happy, having more time to do this, I still would get up sometimes wanting to rush to do things, which have taken away a lot of the spark and a lot of the happiness of this job. So I constantly have to remind myself to work a little bit like this gal is working. Taking one step at a time, peacefully, play some music in the background, you know, chill. If you need to take a walk, go out in that sunshine. So remind yourself that doesn't matter which job you're gonna work in, you're still gonna have to fight with yourself when it comes to taking breaks, feeling grounded, right? Not rushing, not being all over the place. That's when you're gonna be able to find happiness, which you are doing here. Ooh, the next 7, yeah, look, Wheel of Fortune came out, which you're doing here the next 7 to 10 days from now. If you're looking for opportunities, pile number 1, when it comes to job or changes in your career or in your maybe even business for some of you, I would say this is a great time for you to keep your eyes open. And for a lot of you, it does seem like you've been waiting for that Wheel of Fortune to turn. So I wouldn't be surprised if that started turning for you the next 7 to 10 days from now. I'm seeing very specific advice here, which I haven't even done myself. I have done nothing like it. I saw a vision. I saw a vision of someone who is wishing for a certain thing when it comes to their career path or job, right? And I'm seeing a need for, you'll know that's you, for a person to hold their hand above the candle, soaking in, obviously don't get burned, soaking in all the energy that the flame has to offer. And somehow the way they sit, they're very peaceful, and they asking their guides or ancestors to show them the sign, what it is that they need to do next, or where to step towards to, almost like making a wish using the fire. So if that's something that you've been doing, or if you have this strong connection with fire here, I'd say it's probably your advice. Maybe you need an extra kick when it comes to that wish. Maybe you're going to see some kind of a vision, or you will hear something whilst you're doing that. So pay attention to sensations. Your answers might be given through that too. Okay? Wow, that wasn't expected. Hope this helps at least a couple of you out there. Because it seems like you're somehow looking for answers or guidance using fire. What can you expect in your relationships the next 7 to 10 days from now? Seven of Wands. Haven't felt like it was reversed. We have that candle coming through here. Maybe for some of you, you're seeking for answers in your relationship, marriages, partnerships. And we talked about writing things down, right? It's very connected to you here. And books overall are very connected. It almost seems like some of these books are the same ones that we'd see over here on this shelf. What can you expect in relationships? It does seem like when it comes to relationships, some of you guys, what you need to know is that you're being protected. Bottom of the deck, we have a 10 of Swords reversed, and I'm feeling it reversed. Almost like the battle, the struggle is over when it comes to relationship. Now it can be any kind of relationship, maybe even with yourself. You don't need to be overly protective anymore, I'm hearing. You know that you're strong enough. Your boundaries are strong enough. You know that all your experiences are taking you somewhere. Almost like you will start seeing who you truly are and what kind of traits you have as a partner or as a partner to be. You're standing really strong when it comes to relationship. I'm not seeing anyone else who's gonna be super important the next 7 to 10 days from now. I'm seeing these 3 women as you. Their energy is very familiar. At first, standing my ground, right? Being assertive, writing things down. I don't know what this has to do with the relationship, but maybe for some of you this is ringing a bell. And then I'm seeking for respect and recognition, and I know exactly where that is, or where a person like that is. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? Someone who is trying to become the best partner they can be for someone else, and therefore this other person reflects the energy back. All right. Let's talk about the next important person here. 7 to 10 days from now. We have the 7 of Swords reversed. We have 7s coming through here. Maybe some of you have been betrayed in the past, and this is saying no more, because you're standing strong now. You know where your boundaries lie, and you can see who is being honest and whom to keep an eye on. So no more, I'm hearing, no more of that. No more of giving too much. Wow, some of you have been probably giving too much for some people here, and you're like, I'm not giving no more. That's why I think it's only you that I'm picking up here when it comes to your relationships. So maybe even if you have a partner, you're very focused on your own ventures, I'm hearing. Yeah, look. For some of you, it can be female who maybe you've seen at first as someone who would stab you in the back, but you'll realize that maybe this is a person, doesn't matter, it can be a male too. This is a person who just maybe has a bitch face on. And I'm talking only about a connection that is new. It's not the person that you've known for a long time. This is someone who is quite new. You know, I'm seeing that maybe someone that you've met recently, but you kind of had this feeling that this person is probably a bit sneaky, or they are too harsh with their words, and maybe you're gonna end up vibing with this person very much. And you know, it's funny because that's how most of the friendships start. At first, you are not certain. You're like, I don't know about this person. At least that I know of and my own. My best friends now, at first we are looking at each other like weird. Like, I don't like this bitch, you know, that kind of energy. So I think that might be a similar situation here. See, there's nothing to be afraid of when it comes to communication, or when it comes to letting people in your life anymore, because you know what it is that you're worth, and you're showing it the next 7 to 10 days from now. Therefore, don't be surprised if people will talk to you differently, because it's not about how you look externally, it's about what you reflect energetically here. Yeah, I keep hearing no more walls up. No more walls up. Okay, guys, cards on the floor. Bear with me. And what fell is the 10 of Wands reversed. I'm reading reversals here today, guys. You see that? What's going on? Feel like it. Feel like it. Okay, and 10 of Wands reversed, as well as the 6 of Cups reversed. There might be a situation where maybe one of your soul tribe members were a little bit too difficult for you in the past. Now, this is a separate person, I feel like. And you're deciding, even though this person is someone who is from my soul tribe or someone that I knew in the past life, it's been too difficult to handle them or to handle this connection in this lifetime. Therefore, I'm deciding to focus on what it is that I need to do. It can be even a family member here. But I feel like this is in the past. I think for some of you this has happened already. Yeah, look, see this guy? There is overprotective energy here the next 7 to 10 days from now. Look at that armor, and I'm looking at his heart space. See? No one can get in. So I don't know if that's for the better for you guys here, if you have to act this way the next 7 to 10 days from now, or it comes from the self-defense energy, but it does seem like you kind of closed off here. But I kept hearing no need to do that anymore. So maybe some of you are overprotective when it comes to your energy, and it has become a pattern that is not working for you anymore. Maybe it's working against you. You don't want to open up, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. You're looking at people, maybe some of them suspiciously, and you're like, are you gonna backstab me? Is that gonna happen, right? So I'd say evaluate the situation. Now, are you too much the next 7 to 10 days from now when it comes to self-defense, right? Or you have a reason to be with someone. Because for a lot of you, things will come to surface. Any kind of, you know, emotional... I don't know why I heard that. This is where the humiliation, maybe you have been humiliated before and now you're like, I'm never going back there. And which is understandable. So just know where this is coming from and if it's working for you or it's working against you. You know what I mean? So let's pull a couple of messages for you guys. I've been talking for ages for pile number 1. Let's pull a couple of messages for you guys for the week. From the Animal Tarot deck. I'm just gonna read those out for you. Some of them might be for some other people, so choose which one sits with you. Okay, that one. And that one. And that one. So let's start. We've got, again, books all over the place in this reading. We have 8 of Autumn. I think for a lot of you are being encouraged to put in work where your heart is. And I'm hearing full stop. Put work in where your heart is. Now it says, is the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do your best work and law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. Come out of that cage. Maybe some of you have lost motivation. you've been trapped in your own thoughts, or some kind of restriction was there. It's saying you can come out of it and you can start deepening your knowledge. But it does feel like it's connected either with your life path or some kind of a hobby that may turn to life path mission and your life's work. Education, knowledge is very important, guys. I can't even stress it enough. Pile number 1 in this reading. Let's continue. We have Princess of Summer. It says you can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event. So I think that's tying into that celebration that we saw. And look, those 3 branches that are coming through here in this card that we talked about in the very beginning. I keep hearing roam free. Let your heart roam free, pile number 1, the next 7 to 10 days from now. We have 5 of Winter. It says, I'd say there should be if at the very beginning of this card. So let's read it that way. If your current path isn't leading you towards the happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others. And it does seem like that hidden agendas of others, energy is lingering there. Either you're clearing it from the past, or you're gonna feel quite defensive when it comes to what you care about the most. And you're gonna be like, nope, don't wanna do this, don't wanna do that, I know what's best for me. So guys, I hope this made sense. Tribe, love you as always. Thank you for your beautiful donations. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I will leave you, but I love you. Bye for now. Hello tribe, whoever has chosen pile number 2, let's see what we got for you. We're gonna shuffle from different decks, so I hope you have time because I want to do it with you guys. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna pull from one more Rebecca Campbell's deck, see what kind of energies you might encounter. Okay, pile number 2, that one. We'll also be pulling from Life Path, I think, cards of Doreen Virtues. What would be good for you to focus on, or what you might be doing the next 7 to 10 days from now. Let's see. I feel like there are 3 cards. Okay, so we'll take all of them. Now, overall energy from the Goddess, Triple Goddess Tarot. Overall energy for this week. So let's start going through these cards. We've got karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. We've got say yes, just say yes. Okay, we're gonna clarify that. We've got the 5 of Cups. I think it goes very nicely up here. Healing process is happening. I think this karmic relationship is not only about this other person, it might be you being an enemy for yourself, and that's something that you're deciding not to do anymore. Then we have let go. Ooh, this is big. We have artist, as well as we have writing. For a lot of you, this have been popping up. Keep writing, keep taking notes. So what I'm seeing overall, guys, here, I'm seeing that what you're doing the next 7 to 10 days from now, you're finally starting to realize where your sunshine is. And what I mean by that is your happiness. You're going to decide to move away from this energy. Maybe a bit of self-sabotage is happening here. And you're going to start noticing what it is that you truly can create as a human being here on Earth, right? So it seems like this is the same person, but they're looking at themselves in the future, right? This is you now, this is you in the future. Almost like you're onto some kind of a venture to saying more yes when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to maybe invitations, when it comes to things that you want to do. Maybe before you kept postponing something, and right now you're going to start noticing that it's time to let go of that 5 of Cups energy. crying over spilled milk, you know, dwelling on some kind of maybe almost negative energy or emotional trauma, and you're going to be like, no, I'm done with this chapter now, I'm focusing on something new for myself. So maybe that's when you're going to decide to write down things for yourself. Some of you have letting go to do, connected maybe even to an animal of some sorts, if you have lost an animal recently, and you couldn't cope with it. It seems like you're gonna be better and better at doing so. For some others, you might be very, overall, pile number 1 had a bit of that too. You might be creatively inclined. I don't know why I want to say that, but that's what's coming through. All your artistic abilities might resurface, almost like there's going to be this boost of inspiration. So let's continue. What can you expect the next 7 to 10 days to look like? 3 cards only, please. What can you expect the next 7 to 10 days to look like? Look, the 8 of Swords wants to come out reversed. You're done and over with this. Yeah, and that was the only card that flipped. See? You're over and done with it. Let's see what's the first card. Yeah, I'm feeling reversals today, as I said, for pile number 1, 2. We have 5s coming through here, so big change is happening here, and bang, the 2 of Cups is the last one to come out. You reinventing yourself. It seems like there's some kind of a message coming your way. Maybe it's not there yet, but you're gonna start noticing that something is coming. You don't know what. Something is about to happen. I don't know what it is. You're letting go of a big chapter, I almost want to say, in your life, maybe even a cycle. You are gonna start listening to yourself, and listening to those thoughts that are not keeping you stuck. You're over and done with. And again, do you remember how I talked about sunshine here? You're finding that home. You can see what that sunshine is, and that sunshine is gonna bring you home. That's what I'm feeling here for pile number 2. It's almost like I want to release, and that's what's happening. 2 of Cups, let's clarify that. For some of you, this is a connection. For some of you, this is a connection with self. It feels good. It feels freeing almost. You're feeling free. Maybe for some of you, letting go of karmic relationship, and you're like, no, this is done and over with. And maybe for some of you, you have dealt with it in the past, and what you're noticing, these are the end chapters I'm hearing of you releasing the past, maybe even comparisons, maybe feeling like something similar is going to happen again. And once you do that, once you release that energy, once you release that thought pattern, that's when you are able to encounter something new, a new connection coming in your life. And it doesn't have to be only romantic. This can be a person who might be very influential in your life. Yeah, look at this queen. Look at her. She's like, I know my worth. I think what you're gonna notice, a lot of people might want your attention, or if you're visible on social media platforms, if your goal is to be visible, you're gonna start noticing that you need to say yes to it if you haven't started, because you're gonna have a lot of recognition. Now, how you're gonna place your boundaries when it comes to everyone wanting a piece of you, it's gonna be almost like I'm hearing your journey, and you're gonna have a plan of some sorts. Overall, it seems like a lot of people will want to join you here, will want to join what it is that you have to offer energetically. And for some of them, you're gonna say no, but for some of them, they're gonna become a really important part of your tribe. Yeah, look, death is reversed. You're ending a big chapter. You're over the transitional period, you're over the cycles. Now it's a new beginning, a major new beginning. It's not only talking about 7 to 10 days from now. I think it's talking about even the next year. Your headaches are gone. I keep having a headache in pile number 2. If you have been having headaches, or if you have caused those headaches with 8 of Swords yourself, you're realizing how not to do it for yourself anymore. How do I switch things up? Even here, this woman is holding her, hands over her head, and she's like, this is not working for me anymore. I have to come out of this. I have to come out of this, right? Almost like repetitive pattern, and you're done with this. You'll start noticing a new beginning here, almost like a new life chapter. New me, I keep hearing new me, yeah. Four of Pentacles is here. I like this Four of Pentacles in this deck because this woman is very grateful. She knows that she's got only 4 Pentacles here and she's willing to give, right? She's like, I know I'm gonna have many more of those Pentacles. There is no doubt. That's why I can give to those who don't have as many. I'd say, you know, look out for gifts as well, or unexpected, nice, beautiful gestures from people. We have a lot of, this one I don't feel like it's reversed. We have a lot of Pentacles coming through here. You're very analytical, but you're also patient with yourself. Maybe if you were rushing, if you were always on a go, you might find yourself having a different routine. You'll think of a different routine. Maybe even how you cook your meals. Were you rushing before, or did you make it your own nice, almost like a therapy? I keep hearing. Magician is here. Yeah, this is a week of manifestation, but new things, something you haven't thought of in the past just yet. So keep your eyes open. This is saying let go of what is not aligned with you anymore, but I think it's going to happen naturally. This feels very natural for me, like things are taken away from you. Okay, this is not for you anymore. That's done and over with. You completed your task of some sorts. You completed some kind of karmic cycle. Now we on to the new. So be prepared for a new chapter in your life here. You have all the tools. The magician has all the tools. You may be multi-talented. Maybe you're going to recognize more of your talents or your abilities the next 7 to 10 days from now. What can you expect when it comes to work? We already touched a bit on your abilities. The next 7 to 10 days from now. This wants to come out as well as... it's maybe you've noticed that there was some kind of opportunity that you felt, but maybe you didn't see just yet, and maybe it was put on hold for you, but it's not because there is a blockage. Some kind of opportunity or new beginning had to wait for you to be ready. So I think you're going to be reversing these cards, flipping them around the next 7 to 10 days from now, or a month from whenever you're watching this video, because we're all on different time frames. 7 of Wands is reversed here. You're not defensive anymore when it comes to it. Maybe before you were a bit like, I don't know about this. I don't know why I don't want to step into it. I feel like I shouldn't be rushing. Probably shouldn't have. Something had to happen prior to this new beginning. Almost like for you to complete a chapter. That's when we're going to give you this, this 10 of Pentacles, right? Almost like there is a, wow. There is a chest full of abundance at the end of the rainbow, which you are coming closer and closer to, which is beautiful to see. It's not completely there yet, but it's on your horizon already. So watch for the signs, because you're going to be shown that. Okay. Is there anything that pile number 2 can do so that if some of you are ready already, but maybe you're afraid to step into it, what can you do? There's one card that wants to come out, as you see. Yeah, let go, walk away. What is it that you keep holding on to here? And for all of you, it's going to be different. First, gotta walk away from the old. That's when we're going to give you the new. That's what kind of energy this is. What can you expect in your relationships? Would it be family, friends, lovers, partners? What can you expect? Okay, your relationships are improving, but it's almost like it's happening behind the scenes. Energetically, there's a big release happening here. Yeah, 3 of Cups is here. It's almost like you may find that your support system will be the people who are not maybe even necessarily your family. These might be chosen family people, you know, your friends or people that you know, or people that you have crossed paths with. Keep an open mind when it comes to connecting with new people here. Friendships are going to be important the next 7 to 10 days from now, because it feels like maybe some of those people will be able to put your mind at ease. Bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers card. It's all about relationships with yourself the next 7 to 10 days from now, and with people around you. So if you feel like you want to let go of some kind of ties over here, maybe you're going to be doing some kind of cord cutting, or maybe you have done that already before, but your mind didn't register. Your mind still wanted to keep to keep coming back to something. So even if you cut cords, but if you don't allow yourself to start new and completely forget that chapter, that might not always work. I had a client like that. I remember the last week, where she's done cord cutting, and but the question that she asked me, what if I'm afraid that this person will come around, almost like she's already given the power away. If she was assertive enough that she's not going to take this person back, she wouldn't even ask me that question, right? That's why maybe cord cutting wasn't helpful for her, because she still allowed herself to come back in her mind before even this person reached out. So this has to be almost like a mutual agreement that, okay, this is done and over with. It doesn't have to be a person, it can be a situation. All of you are different, right? All of you are different. Keep being curious. This is something that is collectively that's happening for a lot of you, I'm feeling here. Keep being curious. Discover the new, what you haven't tried before, right? Be open. I keep hearing be open to new possibilities. Don't be closed off. A lot of people are closed off because of past issues, and it's okay to take time to heal, but sometimes they never open up. And I think for some of you, this is gonna be important to understand. Are you gonna keep your hands crossed over your chest forever, or are you gonna be curious, right? Are you gonna be open? Because for some of you, something that you had, would it be romantically, would it be in your family, friendships, or maybe even work for some of you, it wasn't keeping you warm. Is it your job? Is it contracts? Is it business, right? It's not keeping me warm, I'm hearing. So what do I need to do to change this up, right? Ooh, this is strong. Anything else that pile number 2 needs to know? What can we expect? Okay. The moon card came out. Value yourself. That's what you're going to be working on. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like realization that will come through. You value yourself a bit more. I see this woman sees herself in the mirror like an old, tired person. She doesn't see her beauty in real life. She's young and wonderful. She has energy for everything, but she's not seeing herself the same way. So that's something that I think a lot of you will be working on. You're like, nah, I see myself as someone who deserves everything that I want. That emotional fulfillment. I see myself in other people, right? How you see yourself reflects of how you see other people too, in many cases. And I think that's what you're flipping around. That's what you're deciding to, almost like you're giving yourself a pat on the back, and you will start stopping putting other people on pedestal. You're gonna start putting yourself first, but not in the unhealthy way where you become cocky and you don't care anymore, right? In a very healthy way where you're like, okay, I truly treasure my abilities. I know my value, how much I've done, tasks I've completed, right? And because I choose to see myself that way, I see so much more in other people too. So this is a deep reading, guys. I'm sorry if that was too deep, pile number 2, but I'd say dive into this self-discovery a bit more. And tribe, love you as always. Thank you for coming back. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. So I'm going to shuffle from a couple of other decks, and we'll see what we got for you the next 7 to 10 days from now. First off, we're going to be checking on your energies, what you might be encountering, what's happening the next 7 to 10 days from now for pile number 3. Okay, I'll also pull from Doreen Virtue's, I believe these are life path cards, what you might spend time doing or what you could possibly focus on. And then we're gonna pull one card as an overall energy for the next 7 to 10 days from now. Next 7 to 10 days from now, pile number 3. I hope you're all doing well and your week has been good and the energies are not stopping you. Okay, let's go. Let me have a sip of tea. We have the Three of Cups, which is nice as an overall energy. We have writing as well as crystals. We have, ooh, big picture thinking as well as play. Play in Three of Cups. Isn't that funny? What are you celebrating? Life? I hope so. We have big picture thinking, Plaid's energy, visionary, inspired ideas. For me, every time I see this card, it reminds me of Aquarius energy, right? Being authentic, not being afraid to be different. It seems like you are discovering something, an idea, some kind of vision, understanding that is going to be very unique, and it will somehow lead you good ways. I keep hearing original and authentic. Now with play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. It seems like you are allowing, I want to say you are allowing yourself to approach life a bit like the Three of Cups, right? You are deciding to have a bit more fun in your everyday life. You are not seeing your routine as boring anymore, but this is you creating that for yourself. You're like, listen, I'm gonna have more fun the way I clean my house. It can be either frustrating if I start cleaning the house with that mindset. It will be probably frustrating, it will be probably tiring, but if I play some music and if I maybe light some incense and I make it my own little, I want to say play, right? It's gonna be actually quite exciting. So it happens sometimes for me too, guys, when I wake up being super tired, if I worked extra hours or if I just didn't sleep well. It doesn't always have to be work, right? Sometimes we wake up kind of drained. And especially people who dream, who have lucid dreams, it can, feel a little bit like you wake up as if you went for a war, right? Some of the things you remember very clearly, what you've been doing, and it feels like you have been living life, but on another plane. Now, what I want to say, so what I do when I wake up with energy like that, that's something that you are doing here, guys, the next 7 to 10 days from now. I sit with myself in bed and I say, okay, I'm gonna trick my brain as if I'm so full of energy and I'm having the best day in my life. It takes only a couple of seconds, I'd say, for me to register that in order to switch things around. Now, 80% of days like that is gonna work, 20 it won't, but it's okay because your body needs rest, and maybe don't pressure yourself to do too much when you feel like it's not working. When you feel like you just need to take a break, or if you just wanna be, a little bit less energetic or less pushy when it comes to yourself. But I don't feel like tricking your brain is being pushy. I feel like you subconsciously actually give yourself this permission to take more energy from your surroundings. It's weird the way I'm explaining this, isn't it? When it happens to me, when I trick my brain into, being fully rested or full of energy, I somehow get it out of nowhere. And that day tends to be much more productive than maybe a day when I've slept well. So it depends, it really, really depends. It's a very sensitive subject for all of us, but this is very possible. And I think the next week is gonna feel like a ball of energy. It's like you are soaking life in. I love that. You may want to work with crystals a little bit more, or to do something with stones. If you've been drawn to that, this is your message. Now, you may be drawn to taking notes. Maybe if you have been noting how your days went, or if you have been writing a diary or writing anything at all, you might be guided to do so. This is your confirmation. That would be a good thing to do. I'm not even joking. Books, writing, knowledge, or noting things down have come through in all 3 piles so far. So this collectively next week, I'd say it's all about tracking or creative endeavors. What I mean by tracking, almost like tracking your life, right? Okay, let's see. Your next 7 to 10 days from now, I want 3 cards, please. 3 cards. Next 7 to 10 days from now. It seems like you have gone through an energy shift already, so I don't feel like there is anything that you might be, I want to almost, how can I speak? I almost want to say there is no reason to worry about energetic shift, because it seems like you have gone through one already very recently. So now is your time to play. Almost like you completed a task. Now is your time to play. Right? Yeah. Now the wheel, it seems like the wheel keeps the energetic shift from turning again in order for you to go through another one. It seems like the universe is giving you rest after some kind of completion. Okay, that's interesting. Now, how I'm picking this card up is very different. Look, the 5 of Swords is reversed here. It seems like for some of you, what I want to say, this is going to be very particular, not for all of you. You guys listen to what Spirit has to say, because sometimes you tend to block it off. Communicate with the Spirit a bit more. Would it be your guide, your ancestor, your deceased person, whichever energy you feel closest to right now. Listen a bit more closely, because sometimes you might be so busy in your own headspace that you tend to ignore it, or you're so busy doing everyday things where you forget to connect, and they almost like it feels like someone or something is waiting for you to connect and to listen. Okay, let's see how what can you expect when it comes to your work endeavors. Okay, I'm reading, by the way, reversals today. I don't know why I feel drawn to it. Ooh, the Fool is over there too. Okay, so when it comes to, I feel like there was one more card. When it comes to work, you might be either juggling. You're busy, guys, the next 7 to 10 days from now, but it doesn't feel like it's repressing you in any way. You may have 2 businesses in the future, or you might be drawn to having 2 right now. You may be having another idea. Maybe I could take something extra, you know. Or for some of you, you're choosing only one path, and that path almost feels like it's undiscovered with a Fool next to it. When it comes to you, and if you have any kind of arts and crafts business, maybe it's saying this is going to be a time where you may take a little break from it in order to enjoy your life and come back with full force then. So if you'll feel like you don't have an idea, or you're uncertain how you want to paint that picture, let's put it that way, right? It's saying go out, enjoy life, come back. Your mindset is going to be, it's like, I'm hearing restarted. Okay. What else? What else? What else? When it comes to pile number, okay. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're taking it slow. You're being patient with yourself. Maybe because you feel like there's a new venture on the horizon, or you're stepping into the unexplored. There are a lot of different energies here. And cards are flying all over the table. I'm taking the one that pops out. The other cards, I think there were 5 that came out. I didn't feel like it. But here, it seems like you're taking time. You're prioritizing yourself, guys. That's why you're taking it slow. You're taking it slow. You're like, okay, I'm going to think about this path, or I'm going to think about this offer. Yes, I am busy, but you're taking it slow. You're not rushing. You're like, I'm prioritizing my body, celebrating life. I might go out and meet more friends than usual, or may go outside a little bit more often. You're switching your routine up a bit more. Self-care, pile number 3. That's what you're doing. But it feels really, really good. We have the 8 of Pentacles. I'm not feeling this one reversed though, because I'm looking at that light, the way it's falling here in these 2 cards. Yeah, you see, even look at this girl over here. She's working so peacefully. She's like, I'm not even feeling that this is work. So I think the next week will not feel intense, even if it might be busy. I like that. I think this is something that we all want, to be in the energy that always feels like, what is the expression for that? That feels like you are here and now, and that's when work doesn't feel like work. When you're not focused on a million things, you're just like, okay, I'm just doing this task now, and next time, an hour from now, I'll focus on something else, but not now. I'm not thinking about it now. So I think you're maybe finding ways of how to stay in this energy as long as possible. You know what this reminds me of? Of those days when you are so content, and even looking at a tree or a car passing by makes you feel so grateful. You have those days, and these like those euphoric days when you don't want to come out of it. And I feel like you're gonna have that day. I don't know, let me know guys in the comments how often you have those days, if at all. You know that it feels almost overworldly, and you imagine how monks probably feel being in the here and now at all times, right? Where you just walking and you feel, oh my god, I love walking. You know what I mean? Am I the only weirdo who goes through this? I'm pretty sure I'm not, but I think that's something that's happening to you in the next 7 to 10 days from now, or you're realizing how to bring it back. How do I bring it back? Wow, I love this. Okay, what can you expect in your relationships? Will it be family, friends, lovers, partners? The next 7 to 10 days from now. We've got the Knight of Swords. Someone is really hungry in pile number 3. Please go and eat. Or maybe someone's already eating while watching this. Bon appetit. Okay. All right. Okay. Ooh. This is interesting. You very protective over some kind of quality of yours. Look at this guy. Look how guarded it feels like here. You know what I mean? I read these cards a bit differently. You can't get through to this guy's chest with the 7 of Wands from the other side. It makes sense. You are guarding something, someone, or yourself here. I don't know why this is for one of you. You feel like you need to guard yourself because you don't want something to come crashing down. So maybe this is gonna be like a flashback, something guys that you encountered before, and now you're being very cautious when it comes to either letting people in or close to you or opening your heart space. So there might be a reason for that. Let's see. Let's let gravity do the work. Yeah, it does seem like maybe you've been walked away from, or you walked away from someone. Maybe you are deciding to let someone go. You're like, I like solitude. For some of you, that's how it feels like. Don't come near me. I like solitude for now, right? Yeah, I'm making myself happy. So even if you're in partnership, this might feel like time where you would withdraw a little bit, and you're like, let me take care of my own happiness first, because if I can't do that, I can't give you anything. I don't have it. And maybe you're gonna decide to take a day for yourself, or go for some kind of treatment, anything that makes you happy, really, in order for yourself to open up. I think you're working, guys, on opening your heart space, your heart chakra. And maybe you've been doing it for a while now, but now you're like, I gotta do this. I have to let people in. I have to be a bit more vulnerable. This is not working for me anymore. Maybe it's working against me. Because I keep thinking maybe when I meet new people that there's gonna be some kind of, disaster around the corner, where it's really not. Maybe I became overprotective because of the past, right? Yeah, there are nice people around you. You have soul tribe around you. It's saying be open to give and receive here the next 7 to 10 days from now. And by giving and receiving, you're going to come into this Sun card energy where you really have to. Do you remember how I talked about this feeling of you know, gratitude and feeling happy even walking? So that's how the Sun card feels to me. She's like, I'm soaking in life. So when it comes to relationships, I think that is your suggestion, you know, soak in every good bit of people that you have around you, you know, share with them. They're willing to hear from you, I'm hearing. Yeah, they're willing to hear from you. Through opening your heart space up a little bit more, you might even discover a new possibility. Maybe a new person walking your life, maybe a new connection, a business connection, friendship. But it seems like you're dealing with a person who is from your soul tribe here. Let's see who they are. Give me traits of theirs. Someone who tends to be quite mysterious, but they are closed off because they also been through this phase in life where they maybe didn't, this is a bit different to you though, but feel similar, when they also didn't see themselves as worthy maybe at one point or as valuable. And maybe this is you who is gonna be making this person really happy by opening up, and they will be okay to open up then. Overall, feels like a lot of people collectively, not even in pile 3, are feeling very protective over themselves because of the past events. And the cards are showing, you know, open your arms, open your heart space. Not to extend that, you know, you allow for people to take as much as they want, but, you know, a healthy balance, Yeah, and the same card popped out, I think, in one of the other piles. See how a lot of people want a piece of this queen? She's like, can't be bothered, you know? But maybe one of those people are really someone who would make a really good friend, lover, you know, maybe a new connection of some sorts. But overall, let's say you are getting a lot of recognition from people around you. It seems like people might be maybe even sending you a lot of messages, even if you, yeah, I'm feeling maybe if you're visible on social media or if you're starting an endeavor, it's saying you'll be visible. Don't worry about that. Don't be afraid to show your face. Don't be afraid to show your face. Maybe you have been postponing it for a while, or some kind of a connection, some kind of, I keep hearing project, even though we're talking about relationship here, I have to say it. Yeah, because maybe you're like, oh, the time is not right just yet. I need to see, something else has to come up. Something else has to come up. I think you're making big decisions here the next 7 to 10 days from now, relationship-wise as well as career-wise. You're very intuitive, guys, over here. Whoever has picked pile number 3, I think a lot of you might have a connection to spiritual business here. Keep on going. This is saying keep on going. There are things that you haven't seen happening just yet that is waiting for you on the horizon. Yeah, be curious. Look, a bit like this page. It's a very curious page. What is this? What does it do? What is inside, right? What have I found? Look what I found. A bit like Lady Gaga song, right? Okay, let's pull a couple of messages for you guys from the Animal Tarot deck. I've been told to pull only 2, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, let's see what we got. We have 6 of Summer, another Soul Tribe member card, as I like to call it. Overall, you might be feeling a bit nostalgic, looking at maybe old pictures or remembering things, but you're feeling happy about it. It's not about you coming back to the past in order to feel bad or to say, oh, you know, it used to be so much better. You're like, look at my life. You're looking back at your life from a very good perspective. The message of this card says, The love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. I like that for you. Return something that is yours, that was with you all this time. Number 3 and number 6, as well as number 8, might be important. 11 too. We have release card. It says it's time to release the past and move on to something new. This ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. This talks to me about what we touched on in the very beginning. Living your life differently, seeing things a bit differently. So next week might be a little bit different for you. You may feel as a different human being. You might be feeling much happier than you did before, and then you're gonna be like, listen, I want to keep this. How do I keep this? I want to keep it going. So almost like you're gonna be finding ways of how to keep yourself going, and I like that for you. So I hope this made sense, tribe. Thank you very back. Okay, I can't speak as usual. Thank you very much for coming back, for your donations and your time, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye for now. Hello tribe, whoever has chosen pile number 4. We'll see what's up. We're going to be pulling from a couple of more decks. I hope your week has been fine and you're handling energies gracefully. All right, let's see what is up. Pile number 4. The next 7 to 10 days from now. You know, the stars are vibing here, even the color schemes. Let's see, we're going to be pulling from the Life Path deck too, what you might be interested in or what you could possibly do more of the next 7 to 10 days from now. I feel like this card as well as this. And one card from the Triple Goddess Tarot. Let's see what is up. All right, not feeling like this wants to be reversed. Let's dive into it. So you have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, for a lot of you, this week is gonna be almost like tranquil week, I must say. You are very patient with yourself. And I think through that patience, you might recognize a trait in yourself that you haven't before. Your leadership skills will be on point. Whoever needs that in your work, this is saying do not be afraid to take charge of a situation. Even if that's not connected to your work. I'm also picking up that there's going to be some kind of a building or institution that will be important to you guys here. For some of you, this is a spiritual building. So that can be even a church, you know, well, obviously. But for some others, whatever that place is, it seems like it has this, guys, speak guys, all the time. This happens all the time from pile number 3, I think, onwards. 40 minutes of talking is enough, and then I do no. But what I wanted to say, if you'll be drawn to specific location, place, building, whatever, go visit it. There is something waiting for you there. Now we have yoga. It seems like for some of you, you might be even doing some kind of energy work, or you'll be working on balancing yourself out. Overall, I like this energy because it seems like you are deciding to take a chill pill. And it was a collective message, I must say, for you guys. All 4 piles. Now we have birthing a new age. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. It seems like every time I see this card, you know how I pick it up and I like the way that I see it. These are your experiences that you've been carrying with yourself, and now you make it work for yourself. It doesn't act as a burden, it somehow acts as a helper. So your experiences might be taking you places here, guys. Maybe you're gonna need that for your leadership skills. Maybe you'll need that for something that you'll want to do. Star ancestors are saying that they are waiting for you to connect to them. You have a very strong ancestor or ancestors around you. I'd say take a moment to almost like to give back to them because they've been with you throughout this time, and This more so comes through as a message that they're kind of nagging me now. They've done it before, but they need to do it again. Almost like, you know, they will want to do it. So maybe you're going to feel their presence a little bit more than before. And you're going to be like, listen, I'm going to sit with myself and just connect and communicate. Maybe there is a message. Maybe I'm just going to say thank you for support. And I'm hearing for some of you protection too. Overall, you will want to dive deeper into things here, whatever that is for you spiritually, energetically. You are seeking for answers deep within. There are a lot of questions that you might be asking yourself the next 7 to 10 days from now, but they're very connected to spirituality, I must say, or answers that you wouldn't ask before. A lot of whys. And a lot of those questions have to do with the world itself. What can you expect the next 7 to 10 days from now? Pile number 4. I've been told to pull 4 cards instead of 3, so that's what we're going to do. Let's see what we got. We got the 5 of Swords. We have the 3 of Wands. We have this Queen has been coming through, I think, in nearly all piles today. Queen of Wands, as well as the 8 of Swords. I think what you might encounter, if you are visible on social media or people want attention from you very often, you tend to be that person that people go to. You might find yourself a bit overwhelmed in the next 7 to 10 days from now. It's saying give yourself time. You don't have to say yes all the time. Kind of fill your own cup before giving it to other people, because then you might not enjoy what it is that you do. When you give too much, even if this is part of your work, and you don't take enough breaks or enough time off, you'll make the work that you love something that you don't want to do anymore. So it's saying that's a thin line, and it goes for, I think, everyone. How many breaks are you taking? Are you rested enough? I'm hearing emotionally, so I don't know what it means to you. Mentally, for some of you. You might decide to confront someone the next week, I'm seeing here. Just pay attention, you know, and kind of be conscious. Choose your battles wisely. If you know that someone is stubborn and they won't change their mind about something, maybe it's better just to focus on what it is that you need to and use that energy for yourself. Okay, so let's see, what can you expect in your career endeavors, in your work life? Pile number 4. What's your throat as well? Pile number 4, my throat feels a little bit, it's like a tingling sensation, but it also feels like I just got cold, those initial stages. So I'd say wear your scarf if you are somewhere that tends to get cold, or watch out for aircon, even if you live in a warm place. It might be, you know, overall throat chakra might be a little bit sensitive the next 7 to 10 days, and that's all. Not feeling that reverse though. Yeah. 4 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Let's see what else. What else? And the Lovers. You're making choices when it comes to your career ventures here, but I'm seeing a celebration of some sort. I wouldn't be surprised if you receive some kind of a gift from maybe someone like a business partner, from your client, from someone that has known of your work, or you are the one who is deciding to do that yourself. Overall, celebration is coming through. For a lot of you, this has been coming through the next 7 to 10 days from now. What is that? Happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy engagement, wedding for some of you maybe. But it seems like your career is gonna be going great, I must say, but something's gonna happen that's gonna make you feel very relieved that you took some kind of a chance, or maybe you've signed some kind of a contract, or you decided to switch things up. There is a decision that you made recently, and you're gonna feel very grateful and proud of how you decided to approach it. the next 7 to 10 days from now. Maybe you have been dealing with a job that wasn't fulfilling, or it was just taken, and you didn't feel like you gained anything back. And it seems like maybe that's why you're gonna be celebrating, because maybe you want out. 7 of Swords as well as the 9 of Cups. Maybe something seemed too good to be true and you knew it and you're like, I'm not taking this chance. Or you're gonna see that the next 7 to 10 days from now. Almost like it feels like a split energy here. Something that I know of, and something new that's coming my way, or something that I started. You're switching things up overall here, guys. Yeah, you're in a magician position, so I think you shouldn't worry in general in life when it comes to business or career, because you are multi-talented people. If you are not, you're someone who is very able to adapt and to learn quickly. So it's saying don't be afraid when it comes to changes, when it comes to maybe showing your skills. It seems like some of you are shy or tend to be shy and you don't want to outshine everyone around you. It's saying this is none of your business. You are who you are. You shouldn't dim your light to fit in. And that's the message I have for you for career the next 7 to 10 days from now, okay? Shine your light, girls and boys. Shine your light. Okay, let's see. Relationship-wise, your marriages, partners, family maybe members, or friends. In general, what can you expect in relationships the next 7 to 10 days from now? We have the 4 of Pentacles, as well as the Knight of Wands. Someone wants to help you out or gift something to you. Giving energy overall for pile number 4. Giving energy overall here. When it comes to connections, it's saying because you have been so giving before and you were so selfless, it seems like someone may want to give back to you, but maybe it has taken some time for this person to do so, or there was some kind of a delay there. But this is something that this other person knows about. They see it as a delay. You have no clue, it seems like. I don't know why I'm picking it up this way, but I'd say a very thoughtful gesture or very nice gift. You might be dealing with someone who is creative or who might inspire you somehow. Pile number 4, you keep looking towards the future here. I like your energy. Next 7 to 10 days from now, you're not looking back. You're like, listen, what does the future have to offer? When it comes to relationship, look, 8 of Cups, you're like, the past is the past. I'm looking towards the future. What does the future have to offer for me, right? You're like, okay, what hasn't worked out, it hasn't worked out. I'm not gonna cling to it. I'm gonna keep looking forward. And what you're looking towards, it seems like you're being patient. If you're single, you're being patient when it comes to your future partner. You're like, you're not pressuring it, you're not pushing it, you're not looking for that person. You're very focused on what you want to do for yourself. And I like this energy for you. You are very giving still. And it seems like you guys, opposite than all other piles, you're pretty open when it comes to relationship. You're not closed off, you know? Your heart space is not closed off. Shout out for some of you there. I want to say, relax your shoulders. I'm feeling a bit tense in my left shoulder here. Check on your shoulders. Remind yourself that throughout the day. When you feel stressed, kinda, I'm hearing, move your body around a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it's all, we have all those giving cards, you know? You're sharing and you're receiving back. You're sharing and you're receiving back. A good balance when it comes to connections here for pile number 4. Pay attention to number 6 as well as number 4, for some of you number 8. Your relationships, either with children, with partners, with your family or friends, is improving here. And it seems like a lot of people want to share. And I like that. I want to help you, but it's not because I know that you'll help me back or you'll give something back, because I just want to help you. I want to somehow make you feel better here with the Strength card, right? And this woman is healing wolf's body, using the sun rays as well as her own energy here. Maybe you are gonna be somehow, if you are Reiki healers or if you work with energies, you may be drawn to, maybe if that's something new for you, you may be drawn to healing other people and they give you something in exchange. Yeah, there's a good exchange happening here. Look, I split the deck and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Probably a lot of you have your own businesses. If you don't just yet, maybe you're gonna think of that the next week. I wanna go, I wanna start, I wanna do this, I wanna give. And through that giving, you're gonna receive quite a lot. So good stuff, pile number 4. Let's see. Let's pull a message for you. I've been told no. What does it mean? I've been told no, I think, for pile number 2 not to pull a message, and for pile number 4. So maybe you know everything that you need to know, you picked information that you needed and you're like, bye sayonara bitches, I'm out of this reading. But maybe for some of you, you just don't need a message. You're gonna figure everything out yourself. And what you needed to hear, you've heard it here today. So I hope that's the case. Tribe, love you as always. Thank you for all your donations and your time, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye for now.